It may officially be springtime in Michigan. I don't want to say that too loud though. Oh, that thing? That's just a swing set made out of 12-inch I-beam for the kids. It's for the children. The start of episode 15. I spent like a day yesterday just doing incredibly boring stuff like making welds look better in the box and patching the holes in the Crown Vic hump, and so I won't bore you with any of that. I got the tailgate on there, and I'm just looking. When I got this truck, I had this bumper on it, and I really didn't like it, and I've kind of been trying to figure out what I want to do for a bumper. Since I got the truck, I actually been talking, if you've watched Dead Animal Garage, his name is John. He only lives about an hour and 15 minutes from me or so, and he still has his bumper. I actually been talking to him about maybe buying his bumper, and I think I will either way, because I'll just use it for my scrap metal art metal if I don't use it on my truck. But I started putting this bumper that I got, and I've come to the conclusion that this was actually made for some other truck, and then they put it on here. It really didn't fit perfectly, but they just kind of went with it. I think I'm going to cut it up. That's kind of the bumper I want. I kind of want an old school guy made his own bumper type look to go with the truck. It's a little heavier than I would like, but I think I'm going to cut this up and see if I can make it. It's really bent. Let's see if I can't. It's really twisted. Must have got hit. Had the bed all bent up because it was hitting on the bed, so it just looks like it's needs to be shorter. The main part needs to be shorter to go up underneath the tailgate better, and then the wings need a little more room once it's in position so it doesn't hit the box. So let's cut this up and see what happens. Well, I did it again. I said that this was episode 15. I think it's actually 16, whatever. But I'm kind of liking this even more now that I'm getting it cut up here. I'm kind of thinking about cutting this and then tapering it down so it fits the box better. I guess I'd use the term very loosely, but the chip foose treatment where he always tucks the bumpers in. And that'll also get rid of this gap here and kind of pull it in a little bit so it's not sticking out as much. Try to straighten this out. I just threw a post on frame faction. Get the opinion of some of the guys there. The nice thing is it just bolts on, so if I put it on there a year from now I don't like it, I can always unbolt it and do something else, I guess. One thing that will need to be addressed, they didn't make the pocket for the license plate big enough. It doesn't, I guess you could push it in there, but it's like, really? Call yourself a fabricator? Just a little more room. Here's my bumper bending jig. You're gonna need a 12-ton jack, some boards, a torch, and a white Field Boss 43 tractor. I tried to bend it cold, but it was just picking up the tractor, so I had to heat it. It seems to be working though. Several nights of working on it. Haven't really taken any video, only get a couple hours of shot, so nothing was really all that exciting. So I've got these holes cut in the end. These are, I'm gonna hook these up to where the third brake light used to be on the car, so they'll just come on when you hit the brakes. Got these off Amazon. It was 20 bucks for a set. They're LEDs. Those would be the reverse lights, one on each side. They were, if anybody wants to know, I'll look up a link and put it in the description, but I've watched some videos of guys on YouTube putting them in for reverse lights. License plate goes now here. It now has just like 1/8 of an inch of room. It's got a little bit of room in there to actually bolt up and sit back all the way. These little lights are for the license plate light. There's a hole there. It takes a 6mm hole there. Those will be wired in for the license plate light. And then I made this piece here for this trailer plug. That's what I use on all my trailers, big or small. I just use the same plug on everything. So that goes there. Cut that out and put that there. Oh, I added this. I had a couple of people suggest using a square tube style hitch. I I don't know, I'm fine with this. I agree with them that that would be better and give me more options, but I really don't plan to tow that much. So I'll just put that on there. I know these lights here are kind of, I don't know, old manish, but I'm over 50, so I guess that's okay. So now I need to do the brackets on the, I'm going to put a bracket to the little bit of the truck frame that I left, and then also a bracket back to the Crown Vic frame, so there'll be 4 brackets. So I need to get those done. Pretty happy with how it's come out so far. Oh, after I get the brackets in, I'll have to weld the pieces back on the ends. That's the back where the trailer plug goes. This is the new piece I put on the top. I don't think I showed you that. I think it's 1/4 inch thick. It was angle, so it's tapered. And then as far as getting the bumper straight, it's not perfect, but I know it's hard to see, but it's a lot better than it was. So that should work. Well, there's my brackets. Probably can't see them, so you have to take my word for it. But there's 2 on each side. They don't have all the bolts in them because it's just kind of mocked up now. I got to get some more bolts. So I'm going to call this a wrap for my rear bumper episode. It's really not done. I still need to finish welding. I just positioned these winglets on, or whatever they're called, and I still need to come in and finish welding that, and obviously grind that off. And I got to weld down here and then prep it for paint. But I think I'm going to use it to pull the box off, position the exhaust. I think I'm going to put the exhaust there and over there. So what I'm kind of thinking with these tips I got out of some scrap metal. And so then I'm going to finish welding it and prep it for paint. I'm not going to put it back on for a bit, so I'll just call this a wrap. I'm kind of happy with how it came out. Looking forward to seeing it. I think I'm going to paint it a flat white. Is what I'm leaning towards right now. I had a friend at work kind of asked me, Jason asked me, he's like, why are you worrying about the bumper right now? And I gave him an answer, and then later on I was thinking about the question. I just kind of mumbled something at the time, and I really wasn't sure, but I knew there was a reason. I kind of wanted to work on it right now and take the time. And after I thought about it, this is kind of supposed to be a shop truck for my scrap to art metalworks, making scrap metal art. So the bumper's going to kind of make a statement about that, I guess. I kind of wanted to have something that kind of reflected that a little bit, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense, but after I thought about his question, that's kind of why I wanted to take the time now to do it. Just I kind of wanted to have that fit the theme of a shop truck for a scrap metal art type operation, I guess. So I guess that's why I took the time to do this now. I got to finish her up and get her ready for paint. But the next step for me is to pop this box back off, flip it over. I've got quite a bit of finished welding to do, just odds and ends here and there. Oh, I mounted the EVAP today also. I don't know if we can get a shot of that, but no, that's not too bad. So it goes to the frame, and then I cut the original bracket off, and it basically mounts above the original flange. So I moved it up about 1 inch from where it was. I've got to add some supports to that where the tank mounts. But yeah, that's, I'll call this around. I'm just going to make an episode for the rear bumper, because I think I probably got close to 10 minutes of footage just on that. So get the box off, finish welding, and start painting on that, get my exhaust. Oh, I was thinking about, I don't know if I said that, but that's kind of what I'm thinking about for the exhaust there. So get that mounted up for the exhaust. I finally decided on what I want to buy. They're over here. I bought some other stuff too. I'll try to do a little video on that, but I went for these Flowmasters Delta 44s. Kind of want to hear it a little bit, but I don't want the drone. Still have both cats in there, and then put those on with the duals, and then these bigger tips. And I'm sure it'll either be too loud or too quiet or drone, but that's what I went with after much deliberation. So that'll be a wrap for this episode. I'm not really sure. The next episode will probably just be updates on painting and stuff. Flip it over, weld up the bottom of the box, flip it back, cut that X brace off finally, and paint the bottom of the box. While the box is off, we do the exhaust for around the frame and get that positioned. Paint the back of the frame, throw some paint on the bottom of the box just so it doesn't rust, and put the box on for the last time. Thanks for watching.